It's Trevor Hook from the KBIE Newsroom, and it's time for Missouri on Mic, stories from Missouri in its 200th year. Xiaohao Duan loves Missouri. He loves the people, the food, and the Cardinals. But as a Chinese immigrant, he's witnessed a rising tide of anti-Asian racism during the coronavirus pandemic. He spoke with KBIA about this new rise in hostility and his hope for a better future in this episode of Missouri on Mic.
For example, a lot of people think that the average, white person in Missouri is super racist because it used to be a slave-holding state back in the pre-Civil War era. And the thing is, I've always felt like sweeping generalizations overall are no good. It's better to, while it takes more effort, it is healthier and overall more educational to directly engage with people on whatever level they're on and really understand them before you make any assumptions. Most of the time I've been here, I haven't had to deal too much with racism. It's been, I guess, particularly bad since in the COVID-19 pandemic. There's a lot of anti-Asian racism and anti-Asian violence that's been spiking up, which I don't love. It's just stuff like being in a grocery store, right? People will walk away and have a bit more distance from me, right? It's like they don't want the Wuhan flu, they don't want the China virus, or occasionally hearing slurs yelled at me on the street. In fact, the Chinese government is completely disconnected from the Chinese people in a lot of ways. So perhaps the Chinese government's at fault, but I mean, how dare you lay that at the feet of someone who just happens to have Chinese ancestry? I mean, that's not fair at all. Here's the thing: it's not even necessarily that a lot of people that I know that are white are actively racist. It's more of they've grown up in a culture where racism has been normalized, that their interactions with their friends and their family, their grandparents, et cetera, their church members, all that, it comes from a place of ignorance, not active hatred. As a whole, I think that Missouri has been making a lot of strides towards being a more equitable place overall to live. Well, I think it's good that there are people who are willing to be active and involved in the community. That's I think something that a lot of people psych themselves out with regards to being politically activated, like, oh, my vote doesn't matter because it doesn't count, or the system's corrupt, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And seeing people get off the couch, get on their feet, and mobilize and engage in organized collective action, it makes my heart very happy to see people work together to achieve a goal. The very fact that the trauma is bubbling up to the point where people can see it, that in of itself is worth celebrating. Instead of being something that people just silently sweep aside, the fact that attention is being paid toward it, that's important.
That was Xiaohao Duan talking about the rise in anti-Asian violence that he's witnessed. Missouri on Mic is an oral history and journalism project for Missouri's 200th year. Thanks to Alice Wiki for producing this episode. Music was provided by the Burney Sisters. For more conversations like this, visit kbia.org. I'm Trevor Hook. Thanks for listening.